sign of Taurus. So we're going to be doing Taurus today. And I just got done with Aries. So if you are, or have an Aries friend, share it out. Here we go. So let's give us a quick shuffle here. First, we're going to do the general spread, and then after that, we are going to do the moon reading. All right, so for Taurus, this is you. Ooh, first thing that comes up is the Lovers. Next, King of Cups, Queen of Wands. If you want to see these picture in picture, you can see this on YouTube, so you can see the picture in picture. So the first thing that I'm seeing for you is some indecision, right? The first thing you have is the Lovers card. So the Lovers card is the card for, I mean, most of the time people feel they want the Lovers card when it comes to a relationship, but the Lovers card often talks about duality and things coming in from different sides. We have the King of Cups, and that's our card for EQ. So how you're navigating these next steps and placing yourself in these emotional conversations, you're going to be doing a much better job than you had been before. I know you're concerned about miscommunication as indicated by the Three of Swords. We just came out of Mercury retrograde, and that makes us all a little trigger shy. How's things going to be? I do pick up that Taurus has some ideas for some business opportunities or employment, how I'm bringing money in, what can I do differently, how can I recommit. That's this card right here, Six of Coins. There's mushrooms on the bottom, so that tells me that you're looking for some new ideas on how to make some money. Right now, the thing that you're required to do, and you're keeping a lot of these ideas to yourself so far from what I understand, was the Nine of Swords. So interesting to me. It ended up in the exact same spot, totally different reading as we got with Aries in the same spot there, Nine of Swords. But it's applying to you in a little different way, right? The same cards in a different sentence, right? So what we have here is this Nine of Swords. With these ideas that you have, you're kind of keeping them close to your chest, not letting anybody know. And a lot of times it's because people have a tendency to kind of shit on your ideas or to just poo-poo anything new or different, and so they don't understand it. You're looking for opportunities, and what I'm seeing here is the Fool card as a crossroads for you. So you're going to find that you'll be asked again and again, are you sure this one or the next one, or is this it? And so you're going to be asked to reaffirm your commitment to what it is you say you want to do, and you're hesitating on starting over. Listen, this last 2 years with the plague going on, I like to use that word instead of the real one because it is literally taking, you know, something that's taken over the planet, right? The plague. And I see that because of all of that, we have a tendency to all be very insecure about housing, relationships, schooling. Literally everything has made us kind of hesitate. So it's kind of hard to make decisions with any amount of courage or self-confidence in just this rocky world. But I notice my timeline right now, everybody's just blowing up with new ideas, new businesses, new adventures. We're looking at things differently. So initially what I'm seeing for you is you have the Knight of Swords. You've made decisions on the fly before and you've changed your mind and it didn't work out. Yet this Strength card is coming in for us, and the Strength is about balance. Look at all the balance cards that you have. Balance, 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 right? So the Strength card is about using wisdom from our past experiences into the next phases of decision making. You have the Lovers card, right? And the Lovers card is this back and forth that we have, this duality and trying to find the balance here. And then you have the Two of Swords, indecision. You haven't yet found the thing that lights your fire. And so I got to tell you, that is an absolute prerequisite to any successful business. Find something you love. If you don't love it, it's just going to be another duty that you have that is required to make money, and you'll come to resent it. Or at least come from gratitude and find something that you do love about it. If you're working for the school district, which you absolutely love working with kids, then there's your win. You know, this is what you're built to do. But with the Knight of Swords, not only does it talk to us about being you know, making rookie choices or rookie mistakes, the Knight of Swords talks to us about being short-tempered in ways too. Almost like, you know, flip of the coin, and it's kind of moving all around. And so we have the King of Cups, which is EQ, and then we have the Knight of Swords. So you have a little combination there of waffling between these two. I can tell you that right now, whatever it is you are doing, you're spinning your wheels and you're feeling like you're working harder than it's worth. And you have yet to like seal the deal with some of these things. You got the Nine of Swords, which tells us that pretty soon this pressure that you're feeling is going to ease. right? Maya Angelou says that every every storm runs out of rain eventually. So hold on to that things are changing and victory is on the rise for you. And just remember, you know, when we come to a crossroads, we often feel as if the weight of the world is on our decisions. If we have kids involved or another relationship or money's on the line, this is my last $5 and I'm gonna this with it, right? But what's true is the crossroads show us opportunity. And when we choose, whether we look at it as failure, but it's not really failure. When we experience things differently than we expected or things didn't turn out the way that we expected, usually we do learn something from it. And there is nothing wrong with changing our mind. If you do start with something and find it's not for you, well, you did actually learn that it wasn't for you rather than staying stagnant. I'm going to pull some cards from Mystic Dreamer for your Taurus moon reading. Book your one-on-one, karmaondeck.com. And you know where to find me. So if you have any questions about what services I offer and how to book, you can go to my website there. For those of you on Instagram, please join me on my YouTube. I'd love your company there. And you do have a picture-in-picture where you can see what the cards are really looking like. And if I forget to hold them up for you to see, you can catch it all there. Oops. 8 of Wands. So the first thing that comes up for Taurus moon is tired, fatigue, worried about putting so much effort into something that you're not going to get a reward, okay? And so this 8 of Wands is, I literally call it my shoot the shot card because it's like putting yourself out there. Don't get too, and I see that Taurus wants to move or travel. You have the Chariot card in play. I see the Taurus doing some study and research. And again, the center of your reading is this indecision. So 2 of Swords is 6 of one, half dozen of the other. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You kind of feel like you're not going forward anywhere. It's just as much give and take, and you're feeling stagnant there, and you're getting a little depressed about it. We have the 5 of Pentacles. So this might be a secret that you're keeping. You're not letting anybody know how like close to losing it you are, or that you want to just lose your shit. 6 of Cups, Page of Cups, 8 of Cups. There's definitely a huge element of walking away from some situations for you based by the 8 of Cups. And this is on your mind. Cups is love, right? But this doesn't necessarily mean that you're walking away from a, you know, a dating or a relationship dynamic. This means coming from love, coming from a place of love or regarding love. This could be a child of yours that you're like letting go of. Like, okay, I keep getting interfering with this individual and getting in the middle of whatever. But this is walking away from things that don't serve you, right? She's got her violin songs over, deuces, right? The fat lady sang. We have the King of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, Page of Cups. Oh, we also have the 3 of Wands here. Let me put all these together for you. So Temperance card. What you're really looking for is balance, Taurus. You're looking for things to balance out and not be to the extremes, right? You're tired of like 6 of one and then the other, and it's back and forth. So the extremes is like you're kind of over. You do have the 7 of Pentacles, which is harvest. So what that talks about is us having this period of having to wait for things to be ripe in order to harvest them. So if you're impatient at all, this is going to be frustrating. But just come from gratitude and pause a little bit and just know that what you've planted, the seeds that you've set out there, are actually going to show some fruit for you. I see this Page of Wands, which is new projects and starting over. So you really want some new beginnings. You're tired of whatever it is that's going on at work. Ace of Wands is before that. And then we have the 3 of Wands. So 3 of Wands, Ace of Wands, and Page is about looking on the internet for a new beginning. Maybe you're looking for a new job or straightening up your resume whatsoever, you know, whatever, and making sure things are in alignment if an opportunity does present itself. Let me see if there's anything else that's missing. No, I think that's about all that has to say. But with the Ace of Wands present, hi Annette, it's telling us that there is this new beginning possible for you. All it takes is some decision making and planning. And here's what's true. Sometimes we can't plan. We just have to trust, right? I am going to pull a card from Divination of the Ancients for what your focus is for this week. That was kind of interesting for Aries, by the way. Okay, here we go. Mystical. Clouds. What is this trying to tell me? I mean, I know it would tell me. But when something's mystical, it's telling you to look at things that aren't concrete. Okay. One of the things that I do in order to judge, okay, so there's a difference between having judgment and being judgmental. So when I am confused about when someone says they're going to do or what their plans are, and when I'm confused on lining it up and seeing if it's for me or if it's in congruency with what I want to do or if I feel like our energy can work together, I literally look and see if they're in service to self or service to others. Now, it doesn't mean every moment and every breath has to be service of others, because we do know that the true key of giving is the discovery of self. So that looks counterproductive when you go inward, because that's how we come out strongest, not serving from an empty cup. We fill that cup first. But what's true is a lot of times it's those little messages that are not quite so obvious, right? Service to self is the things that I want, the things that I desire, and being selfish and not caring about the, interconnectedness with other people and not doing the win-win, making sure I'm on top kind of thing. So, or even victiming, when people talk about like complaining the whole time and this thing happened to me and that thing happened to me. And so I notice that when they don't come from solutions. So those two different things help me to navigate a little bit, and those aren't exactly pure evidence like you stole my car where I get to be angry, but this is a way to guide ourselves into being better at bringing in higher quality relationships and conversations into our space. But clouds talk about mystical. So the question I want to ask when this card presents itself is, are you in prayer? Do you find yourself like, because religion has failed us, because the structures of religion have failed us, have we thought to pray? And are we meditating too? Because we can't access spirit or notice the subtleties unless we sit in that silence and listen to that still small voice, which is yourself, your higher self. Hopefully that was helpful to you. I'm blessed to be here and upright again. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will catch you on the flip side. Check my Facebook page, Karma on Deck, where we can see some of the events that'll be posting. We're doing a